Hi, I'm Kevin Kangas with Peacefield Farm in Broadhead, Wisconsin. We raise belted Galloway cattle using intensive rotational grazing. This video is going to be about how we bale graze during the winter of 2022 through 23. I hope you find the content of this video useful. At the end of the grazing season, we line up bales along the edge of the pasture so that they can be unrolled across the pasture. Here the razor's backing up to the next bale to be opened up for feeding. This year we put a plastic bonnet on the bales. Not sure if we're going to do this in the future. We're trying to get better yields, less loss on the first turn out of the bale. We used regular packing tape to tighten the wrap onto the bales. It seemed to be doing a pretty good job, and it's pretty easy to get off also. So the first thing we have to do is untape that bonnet, and then we can we'll throw that tape away into the back of the razor and pull that bonnet down off of the bale. After getting the bonnet off, we stick a 1-inch steel rod through the center of the bale. Takes a little bit of work to push it through. And then we'll check the rotation of the bale and make sure as we pull it across it's going to be unwinding. And that's good on this bale. Once we find that, we'll cut it low on the lead side so that we can get all that net wrap off the bale. Here, have to back up, get a little closer to the bale so that we can rope the razor to it. We have 2 ropes tied to the roll cage on the razor. They're both the same length, and they got a loop tied in the end, so we just wrap that loop around the end of each end of the shaft 3 times. Now we're going to move this bale forward to just like a half a turn so that we can get the rest of the net wrapping off that's pinched underneath the bale right now. Just give it a little bump, and then the bales are all this little lopsided, so they'll roll into the razor, and then you can go around, grab that net wrapping and get it off of there so it doesn't end up underneath the hay that we're unwinding. We're only unrolling a day's worth of hay right now. We get a larger herd, we'll have to either make a longer run or feed twice a day. We find that if we feed only a half a day or a day at a time, the cattle do a lot better job of utilizing it. They don't waste nearly as much. You can see here how it's doing a pretty good job of leaving that hay down behind. And right at the end we turn hard. We just want to get this bale far enough away from the straight line that the cattle can't reach it. So after making that turn, I got to go back and we'll take the lines off of the bale, and we'll just leave that bale until the next day. Right now we're getting 4 days out of one of these bales. Of course the next 3 days will be easier here. We just drop the bale We don't have to unpackage another one. So here, this is the line that was keeping the cattle back. This gets moved forward about a couple yards every day, as these bales go back and forth across the pasture. And we want to position this electrified line right about down the middle of the unwound hay. We tried first pinning it on the opposite side from the cattle along the hay, and when you have that much hay exposed to the cattle, they tend to walk in it too much and the wastage got too high. And when we put it down the middle, they don't stand in it as much, and they do a really good job of reaching under the line and getting the hay. There's never any problem with that. So here you can see I kind of got it lined up going down the middle. Get over to the other end here and do the same. Then I'm going to have to go to those step-in posts in the middle and get them all moved into the right locations. We're lucky here. So far the ground is not frozen so hard that we can't still step in our posts. When it gets frozen solid, we're going to have to drill holes using a portable drill to take these posts. Step over the hay so in case there's any dung on your boots, you're not contaminating hay with your footstep. So that looks pretty good. Take a look at the line, look at the cattle. Like to spend some time looking at the cattle every day, making sure that everybody's looking good. There's no issues there. Of course, we got to clean up our mess. All that goes back up front for next year. It looks like we're going to be able to reuse these bonnets if we decide to use it again. And then again, like to spend a little bit of time checking out the cattle, making sure everybody's happy and doing well. So that's all there is to it. We just run out a line of hay like that every day and move the fence up on top of it.